Is xenophobia a form of racism? Is xenophobia a form of racism? This question is important, especially when we look at the experiences of Latin American immigrants. To understand this, we need to look at what xenophobia and racism really mean. Xenophobia is the fear or dislike of people who are seen as outsiders or foreigners. This often happens because of cultural differences, language barriers, or immigration status. On the other hand, racism is about discrimination based on perceived racial or ethnic differences. It is often rooted in ideas of superiority and inferiority among different groups. In many cases, xenophobia and racism can overlap. For example, in Latin America, xenophobia often targets immigrants from neighboring countries. In Colombia, Venezuelans face discrimination, while in Chile, Haitians experience similar hostility. This discrimination can arise from fears about cultural differences or competition for jobs. In the United States, Latin American immigrants frequently encounter xenophobic attitudes. They are often labeled as job stealers or criminals. This rhetoric is not only xenophobic but also intersects with racial stereotypes about Hispanic and Latino communities. For many Latin American immigrants, the line between xenophobia and racism can blur. They may face xenophobia because of their status as immigrants and racism due to their indigenous, Afro-Latino, or mestizo backgrounds. This means they can experience both forms of discrimination at the same time. Anti-immigrant policies, like strict border controls or workplace discrimination, often hit Latin American migrants the hardest. These policies reflected biases that combine both racial and cultural prejudices. For instance, Spanish-speaking migrants may be denied services simply because of their language. Cultural stereotypes can also paint Latin American traditions as unassimilated, leading to further exclusion. These attitudes can lead to social and economic marginalization, especially for undocumented immigrants. While xenophobia and racism are not the same, their combined effects on Latin American immigrants show how discrimination can operate on multiple levels. To combat this, many Latin American immigrant communities focus on unity against both xenophobia and racism. They understand that cultural belonging and racial equity are closely linked in the fight for dignity and rights. Addressing these issues requires recognizing how intertwined these forms of discrimination can be. By standing together, communities can work towards a more inclusive society.